International Conference on Arts and Humanities.
Architect, urban planner. I do design cities. So you must be wondering what I am doing here. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for arts. The definition of architecture is arts plus science. 50% of arts and science. Science is to make the art happen. So my topic is sustainable reinterpretation of arts, culture and heritage, reinterpreting heritage sites. So basically what I am going to talk is my role as an architect, how to reinterpret the heritage sites in a better manner. My paper focuses on studying the cultural history of the place, interconnecting cultural roots in heritage sites to understand chronological order of kings, understand history of arts. Usually what happens is when we go to a heritage site, what information we get from there is not enough to understand the history of the place. You always feel that. Reinterpretation is very, very important because we are living in 21st century where people don't have time. They come from all walks of life to these heritage places. Okay? So everybody who comes there needs to understand what the heritage is of that particular place and to appreciate the art. So upgrading heritage sites on sustainable solutions, and whatever solutions we give to upgrade the heritage sites should be quite sustainable. Thus, there is huge potential to rediscover for interpretation of heritage zones, which I will be showing it later. Yeah. I request all of you to see my slides because a lot of things which I will be showing you on slides. Now, there is a question. Why should we reinterpret heritage sites? People who have been to Delhi, there is a place called Swaminarayan Temple, Delhi. I don't know how many of you have seen it. There, the representation of Indian history is so good. At a glance, you understand Indian history. It is pictorial, it is good, it is quick understanding, and people understand the Indian history there very well. So I have just cited this example. You can see the images, the pictorial representation of a good interpretation of heritage. That's what I told you. See, we have visual arts on one side. Visual arts, nothing but fine arts, where in India we see more of stone carving in temples. That's how we express our visual arts. Beliefs and trends, we have culture, which is of a high value in India, and we have past glory, it is heritage. So now, how these three are coherent, that is very important. How do we coherent about visual arts, belief and past glory? The image what you can see here, depicts actually the story of Ramayana, our epical stories of Hindu culture, Ramayana and Mahabharata. So many of our temples depict lot of stories like this, which have a lot of value. Now my study is basically, there are two challenges here. We have to preserve the heritage and we have to promote the art. So there are like two sides of coin where we have to preserve the heritage and we have to promote art simultaneously. So we have to deal with a lot of things. I think all of you know that in any structure, there are two kinds of structures. One is living structure and one is monumental structures. What are living structures? Living structures are temples where, idol worshipping is done. Monuments are places where people are not there. They just go to see the monument. So we have to take care of these two things. There is always interdependence between art, heritage and local community. Local communities are very important here because we should take local communities into the confidence. We should provide them a lot of jobs, and in terms of homestays, we can give them a lot of jobs. Yeah, now my focus is, I am an urban planner. What I am trying to tell is, we have temples, we have good temples, we have sculptures, we have got a lot of stone sculptures, but what is happening is, in a particular case study where I am taking in many other towns of India, what is happening is the influence of the temple is not spread to the town. In the sense, art has to spread to the town. The temples are carved with scripts of Hindu mythology, but the town should have a character of the same mythology. Otherwise, people cannot focus on the town, which I will be explaining in my example what I have taken. Reinterpretation of heritage sites in limitations of ASI and World Heritage. All of you know that there is something called World Heritage. We have a lot of limitations. when we deal with the heritage sites. You can see some slides here where I am pointing out some sculptures which have a lot of meaning. I'm sure all of you have seen a lot of Hindu temples which depict a lot of things on the sculptural aspect. There are challenges for such interpretations at town level. What I am trying to tell is, in temples we have these sculptures, but at town level, how to understand the heritage? That is what is my point. I will quickly come to the example. I have chosen an example called Belur and Halebeedu. I am sure many of you from India might have heard about this. It's in Karnataka district. It's near Hassan district. Some pics showing about the place. I have been to the place. I have stayed there 2 days, spoken to people, and tried to analyze my. This is the map of Belur. Kindly see the map, because whatever I am going to tell is very physical proposals. This is the Belur map. Unfortunately, I don't have a pointer. See, this is the stretch. This is the main temple, Belur temple. We come from the bus stop here. This is the main junction, which I will be showing in the photograph. You see the bus stop there. You see the main junction there in the photograph number 2. Again, the junction is very empty. Again, it's a potential for some heritage value which could be done there. Number 3, you are seeing the Gopuram there. The Gopuram is right here. I am sure you can understand the plan. The Gopuram is right there. You can see the image of the Gopuram. And number 4, you can see the where these artifacts are exhibited. They don't even have a place to exhibit artifacts. You can see some iron stands which doesn't have a good heritage value. And you can see the temple opposite side where some shops are there, and again very low heritage value. You can see a shoe stand there attached to the temple, and you can also see a on-street parking. On-street parking is the parking which is parked on the road. So you can see a lot of vehicles which are parked on the road, which is certainly not desirable. So there are some issues in this place. What I am trying to tell is, I am trying to tell that there are issues other than the temple. Outside the temple, there is nothing to remind the temple heritage. Some of the snapshots of how the temple looks like. It's a beautiful temple, well carved, Hoysala dynasty. So what I am trying to tell is, town has no characteristics carrying the heritage image. Okay. Now what have I done to this? I have given some proposals, physical proposals, discussing with people all there. I have been there, stayed for 2 days. So I have categorized the zone into 2, the city. One is monumental zone, where the temple is located, and second one is museum zone, what I have proposed. Yeah, that on-street parking, whatever I have said, I have tried to shift the on-street parking there, which is again a temple land, which can be vertically done. Okay, the red line what you are seeing is a big potential for us to do a heritage walk there. I hope all of you know what is heritage walk. Now the cars are going on that road for now in the present situation, but always people can park their cars and walk on a heritage walk. I will be just showing you a walkthrough. You can see this. I have created these images myself using some softwares. See this. You can have an entrance like this, which is the entrance Gopuram. You can have a side Gopuram, and this is the avenue I am talking about. I will just show you a walkthrough. I request all of you to please see here for 2 minutes. This is the walkthrough. We are entering through the arch. This is the road what I have proposed. Lot of heritage value, lot of columns, which will hold the heritage value of the place. We are going inside the road towards the temple. I have made till here as a service vehicles can come till here, but the pedestrian, whatever you can see there, this can be made at the pedestrian entry with lot of colonnades, street furnitures, street lighting, and the buildings can be given a character of heritage of some Hoysala architecture, so that the place does not look empty as it is looking now. So ultimately you go back of the temple, and we have an aerial shot of this. This has been created by me using a software called SketchUp and Lumion rendering. So the aerial shot of it. So this is the avenue which is very potential and which can be done. This is the road what I have shown you, and surrounding the temple, actually, which does not have any character. So I've just put some columns on the road which depicts the Hoysala character. Which have been lost as a tradition. So what I have proposed is to have a bullock cart stand there outside the temple, and people come walking there to the temple. They can take the bullock carts and they can come down to the lake. There is a big lake called Dwarasamudra Lake. Fortunately, it is the hotel name here. So they come to the lake, and what happens is they come to this lake where I have proposed some mantapas. You can see this lake. All of you can see the photograph of the lake. Some mandapas are there, and what I have done is I have proposed a boat house, and people can come here, they can have a boating and go back. They go back, and I have proposed a museum here. Vellore does not have a single museum to depict its heritage also. So it's very important that we need to have a museum, and it's again a temple site, so music can be proposed there. Yeah, so basically I have a heritage walk here, people come, they take a bullock cart, they have a bullock cart right here. They come to the lake, they have a lake drive, they come back to the museum, they see the museum, and they go back in the bullock cart to the place here, they get dropped here, and they have the car parking stand here. They take the cars and go back. So this is what I thought is better. So I have shown it here, parking. As a pedestrian, you go to the temple, you visit the temple, through bullock cart, you go to the lake, and from the lake, you go to the car and take back the car and go back. Now what's happening is, there is no character to the town at all. Similarly, I visited a place called Halebeedu. Halebeedu, which is nearby Vellore. Again the same problem. There is no character for the town except the temples. So what's happening is, my point is, see, people have to come to the place, have to stay there for at least 1 hour or 2 hours and enjoy the place and understand the heritage in whatever sense it is. So what, as an architect, urban designer and urban planner, I am trying to focus is, we need to make the town as a heritage value, not just the temple. That's what is my reinterpretation focuses on. So this again I won't take much time. So you can see the settlements there. So we can see the photographs of Halebeedu. Except the temple, believe me, the whole town is dry, both the places. And the World Heritage, there, it's almost 2-3 months, it will be recognized as a World Heritage Zone, these two places. So there are proposals in the same manner as what I am thinking. 2 minutes are there.